how's it going? Are finally back here, and I have gotten a bunch of copper cooked up. We had a live stream the other day, Saturday. Went to Nether, got a whole bunch of tetra and a little bit of copper. And today we are going to work on setting up a centrifuge. Now this will be the first of two centrifuges. First one is for sluice juice because with these two dryers we're still unable to take care of this sluice running on just one boiler. So we are going to make centrifuge. Now we are going to go for a steel centrifuge rather than a bronze. Explain why when we're setting it up. First off, we need to get everything made here. So we need to make a steel turbine. We could go with a bronze turbine with Invar gears for the 64, but since the steel is 64 at the center, the medium, that allows us to go up to 128. Now we could also go with a ironwood or a steel leaf or a thaumium. Thaumium can't do because we don't have that metal. Ironwood steel leaf we could do, but we haven't been to that dimension yet. Those can only be found in the Twilight Forest. So we'll be going for steel. And we can't do titanium. 1, it's too high. 2, we don't have titanium. Alright, so we need robust steel machine casing, which I just made 2 of. We need 2 gears, long rod, and then we need 4 rotors. So I have 8 bolts here. Turn into 4 screws. We're not breaking our here. I'll go ahead and make a cobalt one. Thick. Oh. Now we can get this last one done. Oh, put it in the right spot, doofus. I put the other one. There they are. Alright. Those there. And now we will need 16 curved steel plates. Up. Go. Tools will be hammer, file, and screwdriver. Hammer, file, screwdriver. Go. Now these rotors eventually will be cheaper to be made in a welder because you won't need the screws. But we don't have the welder yet, so we're doing it this way. Casing, gears, long rod, and then the wrench, and then the turbine. Now we want centrifuge. Like I said, we're going for the steel one instead of the bronze. So there is our recipe. couple more gears, a long rod, our other robust casing, wrench, and a hammer. All right, now we need to feed this thing 192 steam to get 64 RU out of it. So what we're going to go for is a 4 of the bronze boilers. Look up steam here. We need 192, which would be 96 if it was 2 of them. We could do a strong bronze, but we don't have the compressor to do this yet. So we will probably change over to this at some point. But because we can't do that yet, we're going to go with 4 of these, which is the same as 1 of those. Now, if we had chrome, we could do a chromium one, but that actually requires a titanium burning box. We can't make titanium yet. Although we could do a regular chrome and the bronze burning box. This one, which only needs quadruple pipes, but again, it needs a dense copper. So we will get those upgrades later on. So for now, we need 5, 10, 15, 20 double bronze plates. For some reason, I only made 10. That is for the boilers. They're 20 here. You ever have that where you say a number in your head and it kind of goes with what you do when you know it's not what you need? That's kind of what that was right there. 2, 3, 4. And with that, we're going to need burning boxes. We're going to need these turned into double copper plates. And we're going to need some bricks. We're going to do this on solid fuel since we have more solid fuel at the moment than we do liquid fuel. We will be going for better liquid fuels very soon. But at this moment, our only liquid fuel is creosote, and we're using that for our burning boxes. Up this clay since I don't have enough. Get the rest of my boxes around here hooked up to the ash removal. Alright, there's the ones I need. Turn that back off so it's not wasting fuel. Not that it's a problem because I'm literally using tree bark for it. Alright. Now we're going to put centrifuge right here. down here. So centrifuge, will need it in through the bottom. So we need steam pipe to be on that, like so. Man, I kept that wrench in my inventory whole time. Alright, so then we can do our steam pipe underneath that so we don't have our centrifuge too far up in there. And there's a nice little trick we can do with this, but we will change that over to that later. Right now we're just going to do it this here. Very basic setup for now. This over here. Give us our water. Then we just need to get the steam into turbine. That. I'll steal these that we never reclaimed. That thing's still warm, and I'm trying to kill myself. Here. Go. This right back, oops, over there. Alright, so we're running 192 steam. These can do 150. So, not quite what we need. But, can run this like so. That completely didn't go where I wanted to. This. So. And I guess I better eat something since I tried to kill myself on that hot pipe. Alright, so those two can handle what they need to have. Now we just need to get it into turbine. So, more bronze, I do. Alright, so if we look at pipes. A regular bronze pipe will do. It's got a 450 bandwidth. So, one of those. Let's see here. If we do this, that, put the two together here. So 1, 2, 5. Oh, we already got the normal pipe in there. I need 15 of those. We're not going to run this off of sticks. We have lots of them, so I've got 3,000 sticks. we're not going to use them for this. Go. And I also wanted to show, while that's cooking up there, while we were in the nether the other day, we got a vanilla flint and steel. Now, you can use it as it is, but if you take it, put it in your inventory, it will turn into a steel flint and tinder, which will have more durability. Because the regular flint and steel is still going to do the only like 30%. All right. Now, let's get this done here. Hook that there. That way. Up here like this. And into here. That. And that. Now, there is a chance that we will have a backflow issue. If so, we will deal with that. Now, we may have to move this setup over just a little bit. Centrifuge. Fluids go in the top. That's perfect. They go out the left. This side. So, and the items are going to come out that side. So yeah, I did do this just a little close. What we're going to do right now, and we'll save this problem. I'm going to, at some point, move my boilers down into the basement. That will take care of this issue. Right now, we can do that, and that'll move it out of the way. Now, we just need to get Sluice juice coming across here and into the back of these. We now need to get that up and into the top without hitting the side there, because we have to have the side for the water. So we will be having water come out this pipe, having this one come up back over the top there. And get some more copper. Turn these into pipes. Well, you know what? Use the plates. Just use ingots. I am going to need a lot of them. Explain why here in a sec. Over. Go. Throw this back in there. Go. Okay, so when we went to the nether, we made a ender garbage can, which is out here, to collect our water. Got to turn my boiler off. This here is set up so that this will fill first, because the pipe goes in there and then goes an extra 2 blocks, and then it goes into the garbage can. Well, that's the only garbage can we have. I don't have any more ender pearls, so we are going to run the water that comes out of the centrifuge out there to the same one. So that's why I'm going to need so many of these pipes. Alright, so this is the water, so we're going to go here. And now I got to make a new wrench. Knew that was going to happen. Have any emeralds, but we are definitely not using them. Rubies, we're not using those. Bronze one for now. Make a steel one later. Alright. Now we need... if you happen to place glass and for some reason you're short on sand, use a hammer and you'll get the glass dust back. Melt that down into glass. Just a little tip there for you. Then break this out. Connect this one here. There. And that'll let the sluice juice come in when we get it. Go ahead and this bad boy on here. Steel one. Come on, light. I've actually hooked it up to the delivery system and the ash removal system, so it will run without an issue there. Fired up and ready. And we'll have to do the same thing with this. I'll just run that brass line over here. Have enough to get all the way over here, but we'll just connect these. So I'll get some more brass made up, connected. I only need 3 more pipes there, so that won't be a problem. Got that. Now we need to run output line, which will be this one. We're going to run it completely separate of the distilled water one because we can't have the two mixing in the pipe. Not quite the way stairs work, but it'll work for now. That up. Alright, so that's running. Making some Sluice juicy. We need to just connect there. Bring it down over and into the side here. Connect to any part of that trash can. Oh, let's go get some charcoal. that. Since, as usual, my inventory is atrocious. And we'll throw that on the ground. Put half a stack in each one of these. I had some extra in here. Guess not. Go grab some more here. I should have plenty of zinc to make up some more brass. On there. Put that in there. I'll light all 4 of these up. Make sure they got water. There we go. So now that will kick on. We're already getting sluice juice built up in there. And we're going to need a chest. Put over here on the side. I'll have to get rid of that piece of glass. We can open it. Hey, look here. Pipes. Well, that was completely not where I wanted it. Go. That will keep it filled up. Now we just got to get the ash removal for it. Now you will notice with the turbine that it will spin up instantly. Unlike the engine that has to actually heat up, a turbine is instantly on. It gets the steam and it goes. Now, we're discussing why I made the steel centrifuge. Look at sluice juice. In the centrifuge, it needs 64 RU to run. Now, a bronze centrifuge is 16 to 64. A steel is 64 to 128, 256. So, because 64 is the top of one and the bottom of the other, that means that that recipe is a valid recipe at both tiers. So we can run 64 in this tier with no overclocking. Go, it's starting to get steam. And this is kind of what I was worried about, that it may want to be a pain because of these pipes fighting get it in there, because there's room for sloshing. If I can manipulate it just a little. Otherwise, we have a way of fixing this. It's just going to take me a minute to get that done. Alright, so we are going to have to do the little manipulation trick. We will do that in the next one. I do not have the materials made up to do so. So, finish what I was trying to explain here. That'll be it for today. And I'll get the stuff made up to change this over in the next one. Step over here where that clinking isn't so loud. So the way overclocking works in GT6 is it goes by the tier of machine. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. If you take a 16 RU recipe and run it up to at 64 in this tier, there's no overclocking charge. But if you run it at 64 in this recipe, that is an overclocking charge. That will have an overclocking charge. And overclocking is twice the speed for 4 times the power. Now, if you're running a 16 at 64 with 1 overclocking charge, that means you're going to be running, you're going to need 4 times the power, so 16 times 4 is 64 for twice the speed. So here you have no overclocking, so you're not wasting 4 times the speed for double the power, where here you are. So you're much better to run a 16 RU at 64 in a bronze. But because we are at 64, which is a valid recipe in both of them, there is no overclocking charge. So we can run it at the same speed in this one and then be able to take it all the way up to 256 without an overclocking charge. Where if we ran it at 64 here, there would be. Or we would be at the ceiling, so we wouldn't be able to run it any faster. So hopefully that makes sense. Now that I've showed you the way not to set this up, and the reason why you don't set it up that way, we will come back in the next one, hopefully tomorrow, and I will show you a much better way of doing this system. One that, 1, will actually work, and 2, we'll be able to get our centrifuge down off of the roof. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Guys, next time.